Hey, what's going on, peoples? What's happening, Peter? Yeah, we're gonna need you to go ahead and come in tomorrow. I know, it's not Friday, so it doesn't apply very well, but it was on my mind, man. I sound like a crazy person. Anyway, and we're already off to using no signals tonight. That's great, folks. Appreciate that. So, what's new, you guys? I watched some economic stuff today, some Terence McKenna stuff, Alan Watts, Bill Hicks, what are they talking about? There's some video with Alan Watts and Bill Hicks talking about sexuality, I guess, here in the States. How there's a whole lot of focus on it. I don't remember all the things that they were talking about, so, well. What else did I watch? Terence McKenna. I just kind of started some video that Fractal Universe did, which is no relation to me forming fractal worms, but yeah. But yeah, they have some video. I think it's called Who Are We? Who We Are? Who Are We? Part 1 is Terence McKenna. Part 2 is, I think, Aldous Huxley. And I don't know, it seems to be off to a good start. I always enjoy Terence McKenna's stuff, but it you have to be careful when you're listening to his videos, because he'll just go off and I feel like if I was the person asking him a question in the question sections, I'd get annoyed. Well, first I would not realize or remember what my question originally was, and then later on I'd have the realization that sometimes he does cover the questions, but sometimes and I think he knew it at the time, because he would come back and he'd be like, I hope I answered your question, because he'd get into this, he always calls them tears, he'd get into this tear where he just goes off, which they're always really interesting, and sometimes they go against something he had an idea about. Sometimes there's something in the same lecture that almost seems to overlap, or yeah, I don't know how to describe it. Like it's almost like witnessing wet concrete dry that's still being spun around, if I could think of anything. That's what the visuals that are coming in trying to describe his lecture, because it seems like sometimes he'll change his mind, because I've listened to a lot of his lectures and I can't think of an instance right now off the top of my head, of course, But I feel like sometimes he just one idea will come up, and then a few minutes later something else will come up that goes against that previous idea, but he's all for it. So that's why you gotta have your wits about you when you're listening to his stuff, because otherwise you can get lost if you're not paying attention. But then you might also get lost if you're reading too much into it. I like it because it kind of makes my brain have to think a little bit. I don't know what that is about it, but Terence McKenna. I mean, if you haven't heard of him, I suggest going and looking him up. There's a million little 10-minute clips of him. You can just Google, I think, AMP 2830. I don't know what his name is. It's AMP something. Damn, that's close. Why would you do that, man? Christ. Yeah, we're all breaking here. Yeah, I only just started the video, so I don't even have that much to discuss from that specific video. What else? I had an idea when I was listening to Terence McKenna one time, just about how I guess we're all conscious beings, and there's this thing called the mass consciousness, which is, I guess, through the things that I've heard about and I know about, I would probably describe it as something similar to the Akashic Record, where it has all knowledge of everything. For those of you that don't know much about the Akashic Record, picture a library that has every thought and idea that ever has existed and ever will exist. And then, I think it was the Buddhist monks could go there and they would just study. That's probably, I'm not doing it justice at all, but that's the ignorant Americans version of it. My point. What is my point? Akashic Record. Thoughts and ideas. It's gone. I'll end up watching this later, and I'll be like, damn it. I wish I knew how to edit. Also, though, I think if I was editing, I wouldn't push out a video every single day. It would probably turn into one of those channels that you get a video once or twice a week. Maybe it would be higher quality, and maybe I'd get more views. But I don't know that it's worth my time at this point. Maybe later. Maybe it'll grow. Or if somebody's actually interested in whatever I'm talking about, they'll chime in and comment and say, hey, I'm patient and I listen to your videos, but it might be that there's too much silence, too much other stuff. Or I might get comments saying, dude, don't change what you're doing. I like the realism. I don't see too many videos like this on YouTube. Maybe this is more for, what's that other site called? Sound something? Because I don't think the visuals are very good in here. I think at times you can see me, but other times not so much. yeah, Terence McKenna. Okay, so yeah, that's right. Consciousness. So mass consciousness. So I compare it similar to the Akashic record, and so you would almost for the visual people out there, picture each person as a finger on a gigantic hand, and each every single person is a finger, and but that finger doesn't know that it's attached to a hand. That would be my analogy of the mass consciousness. The hand being the mass consciousness. It's all the experiences and ideas and everything put together. So we end up getting we feel disconnected, but we don't realize that we're all connected. I guess that's what I'm trying to put there. But it's almost and then on a different level, each finger is separated from the hand by a thin veil that would be almost like it's coming from another dimension. I want to say dimension, but I don't know if that's the proper term or not. So you've got all the fingers coming through this one dimension, which is our mind and our thoughts and ideas and everything that goes with that, memories and all that. And it all is connected back there, but we don't see the connection. Kind of like we don't have memory of what happened before birth. It's similar to that. Like we can't see or experience it right now, but then maybe when we die, it all is fed back into it. But then when I was thinking about that, I was thinking like, no, there's got to be a more immediate connection. So maybe we're uploading into the mass consciousness without knowing that we're doing the uploading. Yeah. But yeah, that was those are the kind of ideas that I end up having when I'm listening to some of those lectures. And it's not just Terence McKenna's lectures. His brother's talks, and listening to Alan Watts, even comedians like George Carlin, Bill Hicks, Joe Rogan, Duncan Trussell. These guys, they like pick at my brain sometimes, or something will stick out that I end up kind of obsessing over, and then it either rolls around in my brain and collects other bits of ideas that I've had over the years, and they congeal into something new. Like my dad was the one that introduced me to the Akashic record, and then I didn't find out about mass consciousness until, or the theory of mass consciousness. It's a pretty interesting theory anyway, but so is the theory of gravity, right? Anyway, yeah, I found out about that through, I think it was, what's that channel? It's like Spirit Science. I haven't watched them in years now, but I think they were the first ones that kind of maybe popularized it for me. And I'm saying that because I don't remember if I've heard it before that, but I might have. But that's an interesting channel. I think it's Spiritual Science or Spirit Science. Dude with the squeaky high voice. And it's all animated cartoon. That's like one step away from stick figures. That's the best I can describe it. Very colorful though, and cool information. Might not all be true, but it's fun to think about that stuff. What else? What else happened? Some Project Zomboid. My character has lived about 2 weeks. It's day 14 for him, if I remember correctly. And I was like, the last couple days, I kind of freaked out because I heard that on day 14 is when the electricity and the water cuts out. So I spent from day 11, I think I found out on day 9, so I started prepping, and day 11, I acquired all the books I need for carpentry, because I know the first thing I'm probably going to need is water. I know this isn't the normal thing that I talk to you guys about, but whatever. That's what's on my mind. So I finally built one rain collector yesterday, so and it's day 14 in 9 hours or something, so I'll probably find out today what that's going to be like. I have some gas for a generator, and I'm playing not on the easiest mode, which I died on, but I guess the point of the game is for you to always eventually die. But definitely got a lot further in the second one. So I guess there's 4 levels. It's really easy, hard, and impossible. I'm guessing it's something like that. So I'm not on very easy, I'm on regular easy. Anyway, we'll see. And I died on really easy mode, but I was learning the game. I had never played before, and I didn't watch any videos beforehand. I don't know, I'm all for zombie stuff, and so I'm enjoying that game right now. I had to look up the map though, because the map that you find in game didn't match at all with what was going on in the town. So I had to look up online for a better map. Maybe that's something. I know it's still easy, early access. Easy access. I know it's still in early access, so they're still developing some things, but that was something that I wish they had kept up with, because I wouldn't have to go outside the game for anything. But yeah, the roads weren't even matching up. I can imagine, maybe this block didn't have 6 houses before, but now it does. That's fine, I could just put a note on it, but I'm not going to notate whole roads and sections of a neighborhood just to make the map work. The police station's on the wrong side of the street. That's not just a note that I can put on there. That's just annoying for the player. But aside from the map, the game is pretty cool. All right, you guys. That was actually a longer trip than usual. See you all later.